it got taken over. It got hijacked, right? So this is what we know, and
well, in theory, it did for a few hours, but it really wasn't taken over, right? You're talking about January 6th?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what you were talking about. I thought you were talking about them trying to take it over.
You don't think that you don't think the Federal Reserve controls everything?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. The people that own the Federal Reserve?
Oh, yeah.
Bill Gates?
Right.
Right? You know he's bought up all the
I
land,
thought you meant that
right?
as a
you know they burnt down the
democracy
chicken
took over.
coops, right? They created this recession.
Right, I know all that, yeah.
Okay.
I thought you meant something else.
So for people to come and talk about politics and a recession and what are we going to do, and not acknowledge that this was created, this was manufactured to be like this, to give us something to argue about, number one, and number two, so they could bring in the savior and the solutions to fix it all, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they've been doing that forever. I mean, it's in the Bible. It's in the books before the Bible, right? That's how they've been doing it forever.
Well, I went to a Christian school, so we learned the Bible every day.
So that was that video. So let's kill it, all right? I don't know what the end. I don't know how to end this up, but it's.
Sorry that I went off on a tangent.
No, that's fine.
I can do better.
So self-insurity is the insurance company. Get it?
Mm-hmm.
Self-insurance is the best insurance, right?
Okay.
So we have to guarantee our own future. We have to set up the future for your kids. Okay.
So everybody can do this.
This is open API type stuff.
But that's just for roofers. But how are we going to do it individually then?
Well, that's a different story, right? We're going to do it through these companies that we create. One for the property and construction management, one for the insurance and the self-insurance, one to handle the tech, right? And to do tech things. So each of these stakeholders have a greed factor, right? But that greed factor doesn't get into the bank, right? So they can do whatever they can do and they want to do as long as it follows the rules that they agreed to when they bought in.
Okay.
So that's called an operating agreement.
And so, and you're doing it on a real moral compass basis.
Moral compass, yeah. If you look at OpenAI, this technology that
Artificial
Mr. Elon
right.
is in control of,
okay.
right? He called it a capped profit. He says, I'm going to have a company called OpenAI, and I'm going to take on investors, but we're limited. We're going to purposefully limit this company. So that was a concept. So I knew that concept forever, right? Is how to throttle things for the best interest, right? So what happens in an insurance situation is the homeowner that needs the insurance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you got the insurance company. Well, there's two different interests.
Mm-hmm. So
they changed the premise of the insurance. Used to be that the insurance could only make a certain amount of money and they could only do things a certain way. And so they changed the premise. The same thing with the broadcasting and the TV. There used to be laws against the propaganda, making shit up.
Making stuff up.
Right. But they changed it. So now it's not illegal. And so this is what we have. Mm-hmm. We have people who are dominating with the tools that were put in place to protect us.
Right.
Right. And all I'm saying is we have to have an alternative, whether it works or not. You envision it, you talk about it, you have meetings about it, you write it up, right? You practice it, and maybe 20, 30 years down the road, it's where it needs to be. Right.
You're right, because when Dan Rather was speaking, and with my grandparents' house, it was honest broadcasting on CNN.
So let's go into a different video. I have some of this other stuff I do has